Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week will be a bit different. I will be uploading a video every day this week because it is World Autism Awareness Week, as most of you will probably know. And today I'm going to be talking about something that you guys have been wanting me to talk about for quite a while. It is my diagnosis story. It started off in the year before last, so 2016. I went to a counsellor at Mind and she said to me, yeah, you're autistic. And before then, I hadn't ever, I'd heard of autism, but I didn't know much about it. So I looked it up and she gave me this diagnosis. So I went round for a year rightfully saying that I was autistic because I was diagnosed. I later found out when I changed doctors. I changed doctors because my last one was really transphobic. I can make a video about that at some point if you would like. My last one was really transphobic. I went to the doctors and I said, oh, I'm autistic, like, should I mention that? I got this diagnosis from Mind last year, and they were like, that's strange, it's not on your system. It's not on your file at all, it's not on the system. So my doctor then told me that that wasn't an official diagnosis whatsoever, and asked me if I'd like to be referred to a specialist autism assessment place. And I obviously jumped at the opportunity because I was given the wrong information at my last diagnosis, and it was the wrong test for my age range. So I was like, yes, I would like that very much, please. So she sent off a referral to the Adult Autism Clinic in Sheffield, and 9 months later I got a letter with an appointment. So I went to this appointment. I was very nervous, and and they asked me questions about my childhood, about my friendships, about my interests, about whether I like to fidget with things, and you guys will know very well from following this channel and possibly following my Instagram that I fidget with things constantly. I was fidgeting with things throughout my whole assessment, and she just asked me numerous questions about my family, my friends, and relationships with people and stuff like that. The whole thing lasted for 3 hours, so it was quite a long time and quite a lot of questions. Some of it was very heavy because they asked me about my mental health in detail, and that took quite a while. That was quite heavy. And they asked me about pretty much every aspect of my life. They didn't have to talk to a family member because in the post they sent me a questionnaire for a family member to fill out. So my nana filled that out for me, and that meant they didn't need to come to the assessment with me, which was great because it saved me on train fare quite a lot, because train fare to Sheffield was about £16. Yeah. So they didn't need to talk to a family member because they filled in a questionnaire for me about my development, which obviously I didn't know much about because I was far too young to remember it. It was stuff like when I learned to walk and when I started talking, which I still don't know much about, and I don't really need to know much about, so I didn't really ask. But yeah, it was a 3-hour long assessment, and after 2 hours she went away while I got some food to make her decision on whether or not I was autistic, and lo and behold I was. So here I am talking to you guys, and yeah, it meant I could get a lot more help. I have got help at the job centre for it, which has really helped. I will be able to get help at college next year when I have eventually applied. I've already applied, when I've eventually got there in September. And I've recently applied for PIP. Those questions have taken me about 3 days to fill out so far. I'm halfway through, hoping to get them sent off by the end of this week, but who knows. Yeah, but the questions were all really easy. They were all about my life and myself, so they were pretty easy to answer. If you're going for an assessment, please don't be worried. It's nothing to be worried about at all. they just want to know about you and why you are the way that you are. Yeah. You'll just get some answers, and it's always a good thing getting a diagnosis, because as much as I am for self-diagnosis, you can't get half the things you need unless you are professionally diagnosed. So if you are self-diagnosed, I would definitely go for a diagnosis, because I know you can get support from family members and friends and online support groups, but it's nowhere near enough, and it's nowhere near what you should be getting, and you can only get that help with an actual diagnosis. And yeah, you should go for a medical diagnosis if you're self-diagnosed, because a lot of people don't agree with self-diagnosis, and with some things I'm not going to lie. I'll do a video about my opinions on self-diagnosis in the future, if you guys want me to, but with some things you can't self-diagnose, in my opinion. But yeah, if you're self-diagnosed, definitely go to your GP and just say, I think I'm autistic, please can you refer me to somewhere? If they say no, then get some help. Get in touch with the National Autistic Society, and they could send an email to your doctor or something, or get a family member to send an email to your doctor saying that they think you're autistic, and they should send you off for an assessment. It's not scary. It's just loads of questions about yourself. It's all very relaxed. My lady was very relaxed, and she was absolutely lovely. I wrote a blog about it for Chewy Gem in more detail the day that I had the assessment, which was November last year, so my memory is a bit hazy on it, because I have very bad memory. So I'll put a link to that down in the description, and let me know if this helped you, and let me know if you would like me to talk about this in the future, because I will if you want. Yeah, I'll talk about the questions in more detail, but I didn't want to bore people with it, so I thought I'd just do a bit of a quick one. Quick, it's at 7 minutes now, I can see it on the screen, so it's not that quick, but it's not that in detail. I just thought I'd tell you briefly about my diagnosis process. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope it helped at least one of you out there, and I shall see you all tomorrow, because I shall be filming a daily video this week. Yes, I shall see you all tomorrow, and I'll fill you in with what I'm going to do for Chewy Gem tomorrow. So I shall see you then.